Servers immediately crash after update. That's generally what happens after a big patch. It says... Oh, Fallout 76 is currently suffering an outage. It's what it says online. We'll see if I can get back in. Anyway, I generally, if I know that I'm going to be playing a game for several months, I will pay for a sub. But it depends on the game, because not every game needs a sub. Like, if I'm not going to be doing a lot of, like, if I wasn't doing crafting in Elder Scrolls Online, I wouldn't have paid for the sub. But I'm doing crafting, so it makes sense to have the sub because I get the big old crafting bag in Elder Scrolls Online. So it makes sense for me to have that. Oh no, it rolled it back. So that server outage, I think, rolled us all the way back. Whoa! Fuck, I don't have my other gun on. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, this is bad. I think it canceled all my progress just now because I'm pretty sure it rolled back.
Termination detected. Issuing combat.
Because it wants me to talk to Paige again. No! Server hiccups on launch day. Well, technically it's not launch day, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. What does it cost to play? I mean, it just depends. I'm playing on Xbox Game Pass. So if you have an Xbox Game Pass or a PC Game Pass subscription, it costs whatever the monthly subscription is to play Fallout 76. Or you can go buy it outright and own it and not pay a monthly subscription to access it. It just depends on you. Like, I can't tell you what it costs because there are like different packages and different ways to play, and right, exactly, JK. Damn you, Bethesda! How dare you have a game that has server issues on launch day, launch weekend.
Dr. Hornwright told us what happened. Filthy raiders. Yeah, you're...
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay.
Lock. Let's crack this...
Well, I'm going to take that moment to go get more coffee. If we're all the way back here, because this is a safe spot. Before we go down into the tunnels of death. But I also know what's down here now, so... But you don't need the sub in ESO either, though. Like, you don't. You only need the sub if you're going to do crafting. We actually covered this in a YouTube video like a week ago. If you're just playing ESO for funsies, and you're not going to craft, there's no point in running the sub. Like, the sub is only useful if you want the monthly points, but you could buy the points for cash, so you don't really need to have the sub to get the points. Or if you're going to be crafting and you want access to that unlimited crafting bag. That's the only reason that you would pay a sub. Because if you want a game on a budget, you can go grab the base Elder Scrolls Online, buy it at a discount for $5 somewhere, jump in, you've got access to 60 to 80 hours of gameplay with that base package. You can play all that content, and then you go, do I want to play anymore? Okay, Here's the DLCs. Let me go buy one of the DLCs. Or maybe I want to play more than one DLC. Buy a bundle of DLCs. Cool. Go forth. Do it. You can increase your inventory every single day by going to the Stable Master. You can go to the Pack Merchant and buy more bag space that way. Lots of ways to increase your inventory space. If you're not crafting, and if you're not breaking down items for crafting components, then you just sell everything you loot. Literally. You loot weapons, you loot armor, you loot materials, sell them all. What does that do? Oh, it clears your inventory. What do you need an ESO Plus subscription for if you're not going to be doing crafting? Like, the only thing that it gives you access to that is, you know, really worth it is that crafting bag. Because everything else, like, oh, you get access to all the DLCs while you're subbed. That's cool. Monthly coins, also cool. Those are perks, not required, not mandatory. Guild Wars updates today, JK. The plan actually is to, unless they've changed it, it's supposed to be December 3rd. The plan today was to actually come back and play Guild Wars Reforged this afternoon. That's currently the plan, unless they've, now you're gonna go make me look online and see if they changed the date. Anyway, like, you don't need a sub to play ESO. It's just perks. Unless, of course, you're going to craft it. It says coming December 3rd, 2025. Don't play with my emotions, JK. Looking at the website right now. It says December 3rd. I did patch yesterday, so... Well, I installed the game yesterday, so I'll be patching today more than likely. Assuming they launch it today. Alright, I said I was going to get more coffee. I'll be right back. That is fair, JK. I forgot. You're in New Zealand, so for you, December 4th is in a few minutes. So technically, you're not wrong. It'll be December 4th for you. I was taking a piss and just thinking about this conversation a little bit more about the sub thing. Like, as an example, I'm playing Star Wars: The Republic right now. I think this is only the second time I've ever played free to play. I've always played that game with a monthly sub, and I have always accumulated just points. And I finally took the time to go spend the points a couple of years back when I was playing, right before Broadsword bought the game. I went through and I bought all of the things that would be like, normally you would have to have a subscription to access. As an example, do you want the extra crafting skills? You would need to have a subscription to access those, or you can buy it per character, or you can buy it for the whole account. And I took my points and I bought it for the whole account, so that when I'm playing free to play, I have access to all of the crafting skills for all the characters I ever create in perpetuity forever, and I bought that with the points. I also bought access to certain zones that you normally have to have a subscription to access. So now I have access to those zones forever in perpetuity, and I never need to pay a monthly subscription to Star Wars: The Republic ever again. The only reason I would need a sub in Star Wars: The Republic these days is if I want the credit cap to be lifted, because on the free-to-play account it's 1 million credits. If I were to ever, but if I don't use the market, I'm never going to need more than 1 million credits, because there's no in-game transactions that will ever cost more than 1 million credits. The only thing that costs more than 1 million credits is if I go to the broker and I buy things from other players. Then you'll see things that are worth more than 1 million credits. You should find a different hobby app, Van. If you're complaining about the value of what's included in a monthly subscription for any game, you should probably find a new hobby. Like, seriously, it's...
Damn, look at this.
Universally, ESO is universally considered one of the best subscription models that most other companies refer to. So you claiming that it's extremely restrictive shows that you're just being a troll in chat for the purpose of being a troll. So I would say you're not in the right place. You're not going to find comfort here. You're not going to find people that agree with you. So rather than be argumentative and find yourself butting heads with everybody here, you should probably find a different stream to go watch and complain in, because you're not going to find what you're looking for here, because definitely not going to be agreed.
Damn it! Stealthfield's down again.
Just once, the mission to send me through an empty field on a sunny day.
Is ChatGPT offline? Are we doomed? I'm not sure if we're doomed yet, Gustav. We might be getting there.
So that's how the mole miners got into our tunnel.
Whoa!
They hit an old railroad.
Looks like Motherlode's digging may have collapsed it. Their only way out was through us.
Mold. Any tunnel in Appalachia, those things don't have
Yeah, we already did this, so let's go like the wind.
Systems are redlining.
It was awesome.
She's offline, likely beyond repair.
See ya! Don't let the door hit you on the way
There's
out.
the grid. I need a minute to calm my nerves.
All you have to do is walk through it. What's the problem?
This suit is an heirloom. An antique? If it fritzes out while I'm in one of those grids, it will look like I went through a cheese grater.
You're just like
Oh, he'll be
robots.
back. He'll find another reason that he has to come back and have the last word.
Or too slow.
You did, Allie.
Not helping, Radcliffe.
You tuned into somebody
have to
having a
move
meltdown
just
and
right.
wanting to be entitled
Seriously,
to
not
everything
helping.
and complaining about everything. It's alright, we showed him the door. I would be surprised if they
through.
exit silently.
Thank God.
What are you waiting for? Find a way to turn off this laser grid.
Relax, Radcliffe. I'm on it.
Yeah, minor troll action. Nothing serious.
Someone left this logged in. Where is the grid control? Oh, there it is. Oops.
Oops. What do you mean, oops? Oops is bad.
This can't be good.
More robots.
I think it was only one robot though.
Lock me out.
The laser grid is off.
Alright.
Sorry about the oops. Once it triggered, I had to wait for the security boss to come.
That might be something fun to do for 2026,
Then
is
it
have a
locked me
running
out after I
tally of
neutralized the laser
trolls.
Hey, no problem. We almost died, that's all.
We need to talk.
Yeah, you're gonna abandon us.
This is... Well, I'm an engineer.
But what if we need you?
Hey, what?
I'll give Paige...
Coming up on the laser turrets. Are you ready, Radcliffe?
Just stand back and watch the magic happen.
Oh, brother.
Alright, they're gonna open this, we're gonna get swarmed.
You should take cover, though, just in case. Okay, turrets disabled. I'm opening the door now.
Radcliffe! I thought you said the turrets were off!
Opening the door 100%. I'm patching into the grid. Shorting the electrical grid should overload the battery.
Excuse me.
I've never seen turrets this powerful.
Alright, that is not...
For long.
Okay, somebody took it out. Now, there was an invisible stalker when we went through this door the first time. Yep, there it is. Alright. Somebody on my laser gun. I'm not sure how that happened. You know, I don't think it... I think it rolled back everything from our previous run, because it didn't keep my weapon selection or anything. Because I was using my sniper rifle, and then I came in here, and now suddenly I'm using my laser rifle. Really odd. Alright. This is where it nuked me last time. We need a graphic that ticks over. Days since last troll. Oh, a days since last troll could be fun. How many days since our last troll? Aw, 1v1 Blinker over on TikTok says, you guys should all come check my streams out. I support all my community regardless of what this guy does with his. I support everyone no matter the opinion. Way to try to poach. But feel free to poach. I don't want the people that you're going to take. You feel free to take those people. I don't want them here. But yeah, way to poach. That's hilarious. Hey guys, my stream is a better place. You should come check my stream out. Yeah, I definitely don't want all those people here, so feel free to take them. You can have them! The last thing I want is a bunch of entitled millennial trolls crying in my chat about how video games cost money to play. I don't want to have to pay money for anything. The boomers ruin the economy.
Stealthfield just fritzed on me.
I don't have any money.
Radcliffe! I thought you shut all the turrets off.
These must be on a different circuit.
Alright, this is where the game booted me a minute ago. I do like the idea of a X amount of days since the last troll. That could be interesting. And then something to celebrate when we actually get past like a 1 day period, 2 day period, 3 day period. Hang on, I got something in my eye. I need to duck around the corner. They're kind of everywhere at DBZ, but I can't moderate the TikTok chat like I can everywhere else. So unfortunately, TikTok just sort of goes wild, whereas Twitch, Kick, and YouTube allow me to ban users. So that kind of stuff is strictly prohibited in my chat rules. So when someone decides to self-promote, we immediately ban them from the chats. But I can't ban anybody from TikTok, so they get to run wild over there. I don't stress about it too much because we're only getting, I mean, on a great day, I might have 10 people tuning in live on TikTok. So I don't really care about it because it's not monetized. I am slowly working towards the monetization of TikTok, so we will see. Eventually I'll care about it. Right now I don't, and at the same time also I don't care about the people he's trying to poach. Alright, I need to switch to my laser rifle since this is a robot. Jesus. That thing's got a boatload of hit points. Head. Wow, we're not doing like any damage to that. I don't see a soft point. Oh, get down. No, 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 get down. Get down. I'm stuck. Oh no, that's not good. I'm like stuck in the environment and I can't. Okay, there we go. Oh no. Okay. Woo, 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 woo. Mild panic moment. Man, I do not know what we're supposed to do to take this guy out. Can I take out his arms to kill his... I can, but I'm going to have to wait for my action points. We'll be fine. I'm going to take out his arms first, because then he can't shoot at me. Oh, oh, my health. Oh my goodness. Wasn't paying attention. Alright, one arm's down. I got one more arm to go. Come on out, buddy. Oh, his fusion cores. I would have to get behind him to target those, though. Are his arms down? How do I get to the fusion cores? Did he just blow up? How did that happen? I mean, I'll take the win, but
Neutralized. Issuing combat
You and James
commendation.
sit up by the door in case there's something waiting on the other side.
oh,
Why
you
can't
know
there
there's gonna
just
be
be
something waiting on the other side.
A button to open these doors.
But yeah, why can't there just be a button, man?
Lock and load! I'm pretty sure we have incoming.
Are the doors gonna open? Oh, they are. Ah! Wrong weapon. Wrong weapon. And then I'm stealthy. Jesus, hitting the wrong buttons. Not playing the right game. Jesus, I need to stop playing so many games. My muscle memory is like... Fuck you, I gotta load.
Target extermination complete. Issuing combat commendation.
Panic!
Commendation issued. Calculated. Sufficient commendations acquired. Congratulations, user. You
At least I'm
have
getting all
been
my
promoted.
accommodations for the
Your new
those
rank
psychopaths.
is General. Updating user access.
I just got
Command
general
center
status.
privileges issued. Please check in at your earliest convenience.
That means I can go back to the those crazy Enclave guys. Also ding level 40 something. I got a holotape just now.
This is it. The door to the gold processing part of the vault.
We had an idea of what to expect up until now. Inside there,
Is that a ghoul? There's definitely people alive in here. No, that's not a
I
ghoul.
can't believe it. Someone found us. I guess miracles do happen.
there are people down here.
Never underestimate the power of greed, Slick. You're such a cynic, AC. They're here to rescue us.
By their clothing, I say they've been here since before the war.
Let's find out. Are you here for the gold? Or to rescue us? Oh, maybe it's just sheer coincidence.
Who are you guys?
We're what's left of the Secret Service. As part of the Treasury Department, we look after the nation's currency, as well as protecting its leaders. When it looked like everything was going sideways, the government ordered all the gold reserves moved to Vault 79. We were put here to protect it. From people like you, to be honest.
People like me. What happened down here?
We were doing routine work in this part of the vault when the reactor went. Next thing we knew, half our people were turned into monsters, trying to kill us. Worse, the fighting activated the security systems and robots. It was either lock ourselves in here or die. That was almost 3 months ago. We're running out of food and water, so it's a good thing you showed up.
Shadow Wizard says, little Fallout stream. Indeed. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays I do Fallout 76. For the moment. Until the end of January is the current plan. We start the day with Fallout 76 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at around 4 a.m. Central. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. Elder Scrolls Online is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then in the afternoon sessions, we play other games. Like today, the plan is to do some Guild Wars Reforged. By the way, Allie, I logged into Destiny 2 last night and played offline. And I died to that same fucking boss again. So I am going to probably... I want to wait till I get past Thursday because our guy didn't show up yesterday to take a look at the roof. So I got a contractor that we're waiting on. I got to take my cat back to the vet on Thursday. Once I get to the weekend, I'll probably coordinate to try to go take out that stupid boss so that I can get just past that point in Destiny 2. Because I would also like to circle back and get back into playing Destiny 2 once or twice a week. But that boss is just, for some odd reason, why can't we do both?
An opportunist? I can work with that. It's your lucky day.
Maybe
The
Sunday.
only way to the gold is to restore the power
Sunday
so
is my
the
dealer's
doors
choice
will.
day. Maybe
Once
Sunday
that
we play
happens, we can get
some
back to the
Destiny
safe
2.
part of the vault. Normally, I'd put a bullet in you if you tried to take our gold. But there's been enough death lately, and I'm not sure I'd win that battle. So the gold is yours, if you can get us out of here. I can open the door to the reactor using emergency power, but that's it.
Alright, now I got a bunch of new goodies. I don't know where that went. I am approaching my max carry weight here. I'm gonna have to sort this out soon. I'm gonna put the, you must be in power. Oh, that's power armor. Okay. I'm gonna be a total mismatch. Alright. Let's pull our T60 out. Nice. So that got me an additional piece. This is like a mismatched set, man. Alright, we gotta figure out a way to restore the power. I need to untrack this other quest because it keeps... What's up, Korean Gamer? Have there ever been any good X-Files video games? I'm looking at this. It says there have only ever been 4 video games set in the X-Files. 5, sorry. 1997, 1998, 2004, 2005, 2018 was the last one. The most recent one is X-Files Deep State, spin-off mystery investigation game. Oh, it was a mobile. Never mind. Hang on. I gotta restart the capture card. That's my, yeah, that's my old streaming PC is cranky. I opened Chrome to a website and it went, no, that's too many activities for your old streaming box. I need to upgrade the damn thing. I was supposed to buy a PC this week, a new stream box, but I went looking yesterday, and the one I've had my eye on the past few days just went up by $400, and it was like, you son of a bitch. So I gotta keep hunting.
Thanks for not shooting me. I know I look weird, like one of those feral ghoul monsters, but I'm normal, aside from the new skin condition, that is.
I don't trust it.
We're here to help. AC opened the door for us.
Thank God. I thought I was gonna die here. I'm Agent Chase with the Secret Service. Digger to my friends. I was on the reactor team when it malfunctioned. A lot of them ended up looking like me, except their minds are melted too. The ones that didn't change are all dead now. I was able to stabilize the reactor, but it won't come online with the radiation levels this high. You're gonna have to vent the air from the chamber. That will clear the radioactive gas and probably kill all the things in there too.
Why haven't you done that?
The radiation made all of them into feral ghouls. If I take any more, it might happen to me too.
Now, so I've been tracking the laptop that I wanted to get. I've been tracking for 2 months because I wanted to see if there was going to be a Black Friday deal. Might even be longer than 2 months. It might be almost 3 months. It never dropped price for Black Friday, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait. I talked about this a couple days ago. Last Friday they pulled our power because they were doing repairs downtown. So we had no power Friday, Saturday, and part of Sunday. No power or water on Friday and Saturday. So and they were putting up Christmas lights on the 1st and 2nd of December, and then last night they had their big turn on the lights for the whole town. I live in a small town in the middle of nowhere, and so they it's a very small place. And so I said, okay, Wednesday I'm going to order the new laptop. And the reason I waited is because when I order through Amazon, when I order expensive electronics, they send a password so that when the driver gets here, you give the driver a password. That way he knows that you're the right person to collect the object. However, in order to get the password, I need internet and or a mobile signal. But when they shut the whole town down, when they shut all the power down, we lose water and we lose cell service as well as electricity because they don't just shut like the water pump off. They shut everything off for the whole town. So there were three, and I didn't want to risk ordering a $3,000 machine to have it show up and not be able to collect it upon delivery because I couldn't get the code because I didn't have cell phone service or something. So I was waiting until Wednesday, and I logged on last night just to double check, and it had gone up by $400. And I was like, "You son of a bitch! You didn't run a Black Friday deal, and then it goes up in price after Cyber Monday." So now I'm just sort of sitting here going, I don't need it. Knock on wood. I would like it because this machine is 8 years old and it's showing its age. When I do things like that, I go to open up Chrome, like I open up a new tab, and it's like a tab that has a lot of ads on it, and my machine goes, "Wait a second, you're already running 7 other tabs in Chrome, and you're running Streamlabs, and you're running Discord, and you're doing this." It's like an old machine, you know. So um, that's now I got to search deals again and see if I can't find something. The thing is I'm very particular. I do like the Asus ROG Strix machines. I've had very good luck with those the past 8 or 10 years. So I'm looking for another one. And the one I was looking at was a G16 2025 edition, 32 gigs of RAM, a 5070 Ti in it, and it was like I think it was like $2,200. But then after all the tariffs and insurance and warranties and everything else, it's gonna be like 3,000. And that, but it went up by $400 yesterday, and I was like, ah, man, I don't want to spend an extra $400 like when it's not like an emergency. If it was an emergency purchase, I would have done it. But it's like, but I have until the end of the year before I need to make the purchase. I do want to make the purchase in December though because it's a tax deduction, so I definitely need to have another tax deduction this year. So I will buy something this month, um, but I'm gonna hope that there's a deal before Christmas time. Um, yeah, I'm a big fan of the Rogue Strix. Like the one I bought last year is my second Rogue Strix, and I've just really, really enjoyed it. This one has a 4080 in it. Um, this is the one I bought last June. Um, yeah, everything's going up, and that's what my wife. She's like, told me she's like, it's gonna be more expensive next year, and I'm like, I know. I was just trying to be, conscious of like I did start watching it like 2 months before Black Friday because I was like, well, let's see if they do a Black Friday deal. They didn't. Then we came out of Black Friday and they just nuke all the power in my town. And I was like, I just was waiting, waiting, waiting. And then the day I'm going to do it, it went up in price. And I'm like, God damn it. And at the same time, our washing machine just broke. We got to get a new washing machine. That's an 8-year-old machine. That's got to be replaced. I just had an emergency vet visit with Lucas. That was expensive. And we're putting a roof on the house, like a second story. We're putting like a rooftop patio type thing. We're gonna put sheet metal roof and some other stuff. So it's like I'm spending tons of money right now, and it's like, can I just wait? Let's just wait. Let's wait a week or two and see if there's gonna be any more deals that show up before Christmas time.
Don't go near the reactor. If the radiation doesn't get you, Those things will. I'd sneak around the edges if I were you. Either way, you need to get to that room that overlooks the reactor. Good luck. I'll wait here. On second thought, I'll wait on the other side of this door. I
You
might
do
be
what you
Secret
need,
Service,
buddy.
but I'm just an engineer. I don't do guns.
Ventilate the reactor. Yes, there is such a thing as waiting too long. As is the perfect example of what just happened to me. Like, technically, although I will say that I didn't necessarily wait too long out of caution. It was waiting because I didn't want to get a machine that I couldn't accept upon delivery because I was worried that the power was going to be. And that's a unique situation to where we live. Like, living in the boonies. And, like, the town doesn't tell us. They don't warn us when they're going to turn the power off. It's just what they'll do is they'll turn the power off and then they'll put a post out on social media and be like, "Hey guys, we had to turn the power off today because of this, that, or the other." And it's like, why didn't you tell us about it beforehand? Like, it would have been nice to know so that we could have prepared for a massive power outage. A hazmat suit? I wonder if I'm going to need to equip that. Shit, did we just pull the whole room? We totally pulled the whole room. Plus side. I probably don't need to worry about sneaking around anymore. It's a lot of bodies. Fifty 33, 50 33, 50 33. Oh, that's still bitter. Why does he keep going back to this fucking rifle? This isn't the rifle I had a minute ago. This was the sniper. I'm on my sniper rifle, you stupid. I was literally sitting in this corner using my sniper rifle. Switched to this rifle, and now it has me going back to this. I don't understand that. Oh shit, yeah, there's a lot of rads down on this floor. I bet that's what that hazmat suit's gonna be useful for. Oh no! Let's rack those rads up.
Warning. The reactor ventilation override has been activated. Please evacuate to the nearest safe zone, which are colored blue for your convenience. There are 10 seconds left until safe zones are sealed.
Wait, is this a safe zone?
Safe zone sealing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doors closing.
I probably killed everything that could have been killed anyway. That's one way to do it.
Engaging.
Where did that bitch go? Yeah, so our power company literally has this thing where like, oh, you're having a power outage? Just contact us on our Twitter account. And it's like Twitter X, and I'm like, if I don't have power, how am I supposed to contact you? Like, if you have killed the power to our whole town and there's not even a cell phone signal, like, how the hell am I supposed to contact you? Yeah, it's fun stuff. Backwoods things, man. Oh, I think we're supposed to be down somewhere. Switch, switch. Requires terminal. We're not getting in that way. Well, this is what they were looking for.
We actually did it! Found the gold!
A bit of luck doesn't hurt either.
Is this it? Where's the rest of it?
Looks like the main vault is still sealed off. This is some sort of measuring or counting room. There is still a lot of bullion bars in here, though. This is a big win for Foundation.
Return to Digger. We actually, so this is, the solar panel thing is an interesting thing. So when we first moved here, there were no solar panels. There were no solar panel specialists where we lived. We were going to have to bring them in from 4 hours away. The nearest place where there were solar panel specialists. So if I want to install solar at this property, I have to work with the power company because we have to install a special meter. Which then it's a thing. You got to work with the power company to get yourself on a hybrid style system with the power meter. And then what they want you to do is because actually one of the things I could do here, this is actually something you can do with the power company, is if you install your own solar setup, you can sell your excess energy to the power company and they will buy it from you. So if I wanted to go full solar at this location, the way I would do it is I would get a specialist, come install the solar, and then I would run my house on solar, and then I would have the power company as the backup, which is the way they want you to do it. So they install a special hybrid meter, which means you're running your own power as much as you can, and you only tap into the power company for your emergency needs, like if you ever run out of solar, or if there's rain for days. And then if you're producing excess, all of the excess that you use, you can sell off to the power company. But when we moved here, there were no solar options available. Like, you got to bring specialists in from 4 hours away. Now there are actually solar panel specialists here. We're 4 years later now. There are solar specialists here, but it is extremely costly to install solar. So we're talking $10,000 probably to get solar power set up here. And because it's not just about the panels, it's also about, you got to do the wiring, you have to have battery storage, you have to have a proper storage facility for the batteries so they don't, and here we have a lot of issues with moisture, which is oxidation and rust. And there's also issues with rain, so you have to build. So in order to do solar here, I would need to build a specific facility to house the batteries. And then I would have to install the solar, get it. I mean, it's $10,000-$15,000. We didn't even pay that much, like, I'm not spending more to install solar than I spent on the property, if that makes sense. There are, like, I don't mind the occasional power. It's because we're talking inconvenience at this point. I'm bitching about, oh, woe is me, I couldn't order a laptop on a specific day and I had to wait a week because the power, and oh, it went up $400. We're not talking life or death here. We're talking me just complaining about life. First world problems, right? But we have been talking about when we go to build the next property, I would like to, if we're going to be investing tens of thousands of dollars into building a property from scratch, definitely want to get solar at that location so that it is built from the ground up to have that as a solution, as opposed to trying to patchwork it into a 20-year-old structure, which it's really not going to benefit that much from.
I hope you guys can get the power back on.
But yeah, even if I did have solar, it's not going to help on the days when like the power company has their stuff turned completely off and I don't even have access to like cell service.
But I'm still me inside.
Chase?
It's a trip too when that happens, because it's like I'm living back in the 80s before the internet and before cell phones and everything. Then it's like, shit, I don't have any physical books to read. Chris and I literally are like pulling out a card deck, a deck of cards to like play card games.
Crazy, bloodthirsty. They attacked Grills and Shiny, and the ones that didn't turn tore them to pieces before they even knew what was happening.
What did we do before the internet, kids? We played Monopoly.
Zip it, Mercy. I'm asking the questions here. How
Board
come you're not
games.
one of them?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't take as many reds. Maybe I'm genetically tougher. Maybe it's what I had for breakfast.
We should kill it. It's not human anymore.
What the fuck, Regs? That's Chase you're talking about.
Not anymore, it isn't. That thing could turn on us at any moment.
He has a point.
That's enough. None of us have any experience with these ghouls, but our new friend here does.
Yeah, converters are another thing too, JK, yeah. Oh, yeah, so flooding, dude, the flooding here is an issue too. So like we're getting ready to put this roof on, JK. And so one of the issues we have is the backyard. I have shown this on the Homestead channel for anybody who wants to see this and understand it in greater detail. But essentially, we are at the bottom of a hill. It's not a steep hill, but we are at the bottom of a hill. And all the water sort of drains in our direction. And it continues, but we're towards the bottom of it. And the way our backyard is on one side there is a retaining wall up against the church property. So it's like they have a chain link fence, but it has like a 2-foot concrete retaining wall that comes up, which actually extends up probably about a foot above our ground level. And there's no drainage along that entire length of the property. So when it rains, the water has nowhere to go because it can't drain out the church side of the property. So it only has one place to go, and that's the other side of our house. So our house it's probably about 10 inches wide. There is a 10-inch wide space between the wall of my house and the wall of the next door neighbor's property. And that's where the water goes when it rains. It drains down right outside my office. Here is this little narrow this little narrow space, and the water drains out there into the front of our property. And then there's like a place in our wall where somebody literally took a sledgehammer and knocked a hole in the bottom of the wall so that the water can then go out from there onto the street. That was all there before we moved in. So when it rains, we have had times, and in front of our doors, there are our 2 back doors going into the backyard. There's like these 10-inch concrete curbs that have been built specifically to keep the water from coming into the house. So when it rains, if it rains hard, which it does 3 or 4 times a year, the rain will come down and try to go down that narrow space between the 2 properties. The problem is that if there are any leaves or tree limbs or debris that get into that narrow space and begin to pile up, so the water has to come up to the level of the debris and then go over that debris to escape And when we first moved in here, we didn't know that that was like that. And so the first big rain that happened, Chris and I are sitting here. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And we're like, new property. The sound of the rain is so peaceful. And then all of a sudden, Chris looks at the back door and she's like, holy shit. And the whole backyard is like flooded under like 6 inches of water, and it's rising. And it's about to come over the curbs into our house. And we're like out there with a flashlight in the pouring down rain, panicking, going, what is going on? And we realized that there's nowhere for the water to go other than that space. And it had debris in it. And so we were out there at like 2 o'clock in the morning with shovels and rakes and a flashlight, getting soaking wet, like trying to emergency clear all this debris out of the way so that the water could escape. And now that we know that, we've spent the past 4 years, shoring up the edges of the property so that the neighbors. So one of the things Chris did, the neighbor directly adjacent to us, not the neighbor here, but the neighbor over there. Chris built a concrete block wall that's like 2 feet tall that like edges that person's property. So every time it rains, her backyard floods, and then we don't get excess from her yard until it has flooded her backyard, and then we get water into our yard. So every time it rains, like we have to pay attention. So this is one of the things where and I can't like put a French drain in or anything, because if at any point in time, because here's the thing, the sewage line also runs along that same corridor out there, so I can't put a French drain in there because there's already drainage down in there, so I can't dig down, so I just have to leave it like it is. And really what happened, really the fault here is the church, because they have a retaining wall that blocks water from exiting. Because if that retaining wall wasn't there, any water that falls would just go out the church. But because they've built that retaining wall there, it's like the edge of a pool. And so when the water comes down the hill, it comes down the hill, hits that retaining wall, runs down the retaining wall to our house, and then runs around the edge of our house to that little narrow space to exit. And if there was no retaining wall there with the church, we wouldn't have a problem. But it is what it is. And they don't have any drainage put in it because they have all their white, precious gravel that they don't want to get dirty and muddy. And this property was part of the church before, so it's like I can't bitch at I'm not going to bitch at the owners. Not that I would in the first place, because, the whole community here is all, at one point in time, it's all part of the same thing. But it's very frustrating because everything was built around the church, essentially. If that wasn't there, I wouldn't have a problem. Good morning, Lou. Thankfully, it only rains super hard like 3-4 times a year where we have to worry about that. Rest of the time, it drains normally. But it is, it's one of those things where, in terms of like investing a ton of money into things like getting solar panels and everything else, like the flooding and everything else, these are all issues that I have to think about when it comes to investing more money in this property. And at the moment, we're just sort of like, let's just keep saving up and we can build a better house when we get to the next property.
I'm not dangerous. You've got to tell them that.
You've dealt with these ghouls before. Is that really still Chase? Can we trust him?
A man's life hangs in the balance.
He's harmless. You have my word on it.
That's good to hear. I'd hate to lose someone with a security clearance. Chase, since you're radiation proof, your first job is to clean up the reactor area. When you're done, come see me.
I'll take care of that right away.
Because the perfect solution would be I go out there with a sledgehammer and I knock a hole in the retaining wall and all the water can drain, but I can't do that, so just have to, it's like any other maintenance on a home. You have to do certain things, so I just have to make sure that corridor is clean
I see you have
when the rain season hits.
Offer them the deal. One thing at a time, Regs. First of all, thank you for the rescue. Our supplies would have run out in a few more weeks.
We will never sell this property ever, Jabram.
We get back to the safe part of the vault.
This was
a trade you for that gold. We can't stop you from taking it, and we won't try. But we have some advanced military
Purchased from my
schematics
mother-in-law,
we'd be willing to
and it's
trade
staying
for.
in the family. So, yeah, I can't look at it that way. Any upgrades we do to it is just for comfort levels and for our own personal happiness. Like, I can't ever look at it from the perspective of make the house more profitable to sell it, because it will never get sold. We will own it until we're done, and then we're gonna give it. We haven't decided who we're gonna give it to yet, but it will go to somebody else in the family when we're done with it. So whenever we get around to doing wills and everything else. Sorry, we have other plans for this gold.
Suit yourself. If you change your mind later, we'll be here. Here's an elevator key. You shouldn't have to traipse through this mess to get to us. Good luck out there. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Depending on how much the roof install goes here to put on the upstairs porch edition, there's another property we've been eyeballing. If it is still available in January, we're gonna potentially buy it. That property we've been looking at, and if it's still available, and if we buy it, that's potentially a place we would want to go actually build a house at. But that's a wait and see until January situation.
Magnificent, isn't it? All that precious gold just waiting to become currency in the new world. That can't happen until we iron out a few things.
Oh, am I gonna have to take these guys
Couldn't
out?
agree more.
Who are you?
Page, I speak for Foundation.
I've already promised the gold to your agent over there. Assuming that's what you're here for, you two will have to work it out.
Remember our arrangement. I'm here to collect.
No, it's all for you, Paige. Oh, wow. Well, just like I promised.
Thank you. Foundation and the Overseer
I had the
will put
option
this
to also
good use.
trade it for the Raiders, too.
Well, it's done. It's hard to believe that we actually did it, you know? But it was worth it.
It was worth it, sir.
We got some plans to disassemble some water and air purifiers and move them back to the settlement. Get some other infrastructure set up. Nothing too exciting for someone like you, I'm sure. Bye. I'll see you around Foundation later, right?
That was the end of that quest line. Nice. I got some plans. That's right, buy the worst house, the most expensive street you can afford, and do it up. That is one way to do it, for sure. Where is this stuff? Oh, I leveled up too. Yeah, I think this was. I think it said it was part of the Wastelanders alley.
Don't mind Mary. You know she could be a handful. And don't call her Peter to her face. She hates that.
Yeah, because I still have all this stuff, including the new one, which was where did it go? Yeah, this is the burning. This is the new stuff. That's the brand new stuff. Is it running good on Xbox? I mean, yeah. Games always have hiccups on launch days of DLCs. I would expect there to be hiccups over the next 3 to 4 days, just like with every other Lifesavers game that ever adds new stuff to it. Server hiccups are a thing. But I did have an issue earlier, like I played and then it disconnected me and I lost about 40 minutes of progress and had to redo some stuff. 'Tis what it is. I think I want to... Where was that? I have become death. I have finally earned my access to the White Spring Command Center. Time to check in and see what's up. However, before I do that, I need to go back to my camp. But before I do that, I'll be right back.